Who's ready for an adventure? Good morning. It's about 7:30 right now. I just had a lovely sleep in. I came in from the canoe around midnight. It was a cool evening. The mosquitoes were still there, but they weren't as bad as most nights. They were thicker than a couple nights ago, but all in all pretty good. So I ended up playing defense for a little bit, and eventually I just cocooned in my sleeping bag. And I slept soundly for 6 or 7 hours, and that doesn't happen out here. So that was really nice. I woke up still in my cocoon, so it was a well-made cocoon. And yeah, so now I'm up. It's a later morning than usual. I'm feeling a bit groggy, so I'm just going to take a few minutes, have a cold breakfast, and then get out in the water as per usual, do some fishing, and see if I can catch some fish for today and tomorrow. Gotta be a walleye. Yes, it is. I was 50 meters offshore. My line, I'll call it 20 meters back. Come on over here, buddy. Come on. That might be under the... Oh, that's probably in the slot size, but... I still want to get it in the boat. Like I said, I'm starting to figure this lake out. Starting to figure these fish out. And that is... Oh, that is a keeper! Look at that! Wow! Good for me. I am pumped right now. That is awesome. Making it work. Roy, you're not really centered right now. I need you to center your weight. Keep us balanced. This isn't a pleasure barge, it's a canoe. There's a good boy. Found a weed bed out around here. A hitherto unknown weed bed. That seems to hold walleye, which is exciting. Another exciting discovery. So I'm going to take a few casts here, The plan for the morning was originally fish the shoreline for bass, which has been pretty successful for me. But I'm having fun making new discoveries. So I'm going to give this a little bit more of a try. And if it doesn't pan out, then it's back to the original plan. I think I found a new hotspot. This is very exciting. Okay, that's how to fit. That's about enough. That is enough. Getting some food on the table. One more last minute fish. Decent perch to add to the lunch. Get it? Have to wait until the dust settles. There was a bullfrog. And I believe I missed it again. Need to work on my paddle accuracy. I think I missed it. Mwah, mwah. Here we have a little bit of Indian pipe starting to sprout up. I've seen a few patches of that. I'm well supplied for my plant matter right now though, and it's just starting to grow, so I'm going to let that grow for another week or so before I harvest it, and then I will give that a try and see how it tastes. I just finished a good lunch of pike, cattail rhizomes, and cattail flowers, and now it's time to start thinking about roasting up the rest of those rhizomes. In order to do that, I'll need to get a good sized fire going, let it burn down to coals, and then cook them slowly over top of the coals. One thing I did a little while ago was make some discs out of clay, and I've been meaning to fire those and try to get them to solidify. Now this is something that's really more of a curiosity than anything else. I just want to try it and see how it works. I see this rhizome roast fire being the last big fire that I have while I'm out here. Generally speaking, I keep my fires pretty small. It's big enough to cook with and that's about it. So I might as well give them a try. It's not something that I expect to work, to be perfectly honest. I've heard that you need a very hot fire and have it burn for a very long time. Now, it takes a lot of energy to gather a good bit of firewood and then just see it go up in flames like that. It's not exactly a worthwhile use of my time and energy from a survival perspective. But I'll give it an effort and see what happens, and just hope for the best. I really don't have too much to lose at this point. Lovely sound of a plane in the background. Few nice dead standing trees. One here. One here. So I don't think I'm going to kill myself trying to cut down a whole bunch of trees and burning all sorts of energy. I'm going to pull these ones that are already dead out. Well, of course they're going to be dead already, but they're already dead, and they're going to be relatively easy to pull out. And I think I'll call it at that, because like I said, I'm low energy, and this is a bit of a frivolous use of energy. I don't feel the need to spend too much of it. And this should be enough. This process right here, dragging the wood out through brush, is surprisingly tiring. When you are as low as I am, you realize that. Every little branch gets caught up, drains a little more energy from you. I'll rest here for now, make for the summit tomorrow. One more piece I've got my eye on, and then I'll bring all this back to camp. That's my sunglasses right now. I know this is a shaded area. Just got clipped in the face. The rogue twig. And this is what I'm talking about. Where every friggin' branch catches. So I'm going to take this one out first with the saw. And then the energy, or in the long run, take the second run will save me energy. To the fireplace. That is a nice collection of burning wood, and that should make for a good bonfire. I've now gathered a good supply of firewood. I still need to cut up the rhizomes into cookable sized pieces, so about 6 to 8 inches, and then make a fire and cook them all. Drawing on everything that I've learned from my time out here, I'm going to decide to cut them up so that they're absolutely ready to go for tomorrow and cook them tomorrow, because it's mid-afternoon already. It's a warm day, it's sunny, I'm tired, and I haven't had a good nap in a few days. So I think a good nap would be a more productive use of my time. There's no need for me to do the cooking all today. I want to, but no sense sweating self-imposed deadlines. They'll still be there tomorrow. And this may be a good opportunity to sleep. The wind has changed, it's a south wind and it's a hot day, so I wouldn't be surprised if the bugs are bad again tonight after the respite that I've had the last couple days. We'll see, but yeah, like I said, I'm tired, so I feel that sleep is more urgent than getting them all cooked. I've been cooking them a few at a time, usually about a dozen at a time, and that has been perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. If I were to try to cook them all today, I know that everything takes longer than you expect, so I anticipate that I would be working through the entire afternoon, no nap, and I would be pretty gassed by the time the evening rolls around. If the bugs are bad and I don't get a good sleep tonight, then that sets me off on a bad foot for tomorrow. So keep the expectations low, conserve your energy whenever you can, nap during the heat of the day. Don't sweat the self-imposed deadlines. That's my decision. Let's see how things play out and see if it turns out to be a good one. These ones are no good to me. Brown inside. That is a nice pile of rhizomes, and once they're all roasted, I don't think that'll be any trouble seeing me through the rest of this adventure. I had a great 2-hour nap this afternoon. So far I'm happy with my decision to hold off on the cattail rhizome roast and take the nap instead. Feeling pretty good right now. I'm just heading to the mainland to walk Roy, and then I'll be heading to the island to clean the fish and back to camp for dinner. It's turned out to be a pretty hot summer day. It's late July now, and the sun's really beating down, and south wind, so like I said, I'm glad I took a nap. Otherwise I would have been working through this, and it's a pretty hot day, so it would have taken an awful lot out of me. There's a little bit of wood sorrel for a trailside nibble. Nice sour taste to it. Refreshing. Look what I found laying in the swamp. This is the frog that I thought got away. I guess I just needed some time for the silt and the dust to settle, and turns out it was there the whole time. So that's an addition to dinner. Came back, found it where it was, and I guess I was accurate with my strike after all. That'll be joining me in the fish dinner, so it's going to be fish fry and frog's legs. Here we are at sunset. Our traditional escape to the canoe to avoid the insects. I'm gonna multitask. Let's see if I can catch some fish. Best cast. I've said it before, but nights are really the hard part. All I want is to go to bed right now. If I had a tent, I'd go to bed right now, wake up refreshed around dawn, have a rich, full day. Unfortunately, that's not an option. If I had a tent, so this would be vacation with no food. But I don't. So it is a real trial. That's all part of the experience, I suppose. So we wait. And we fish. And we hope that it gets cold. There's a nice cool breeze. Needs to be at least cold enough for me to hide in my sleeping bag before I can go in. see what tonight brings me. Got a nice bass on the line here. Nice enough that I'm going to try to use my tilly hat as a net if I can get it close enough. Because this is a nice fish. Oh boy, is it ever. Come on now. This is a good meal if I can get it in the boat. That's the if. Ah! Oh, there it is. There it is. That is a nice bass. Wow, look at that. Nice fish. And now I have food security for tomorrow. Wow, that is a nice fish.